everyone, it's Dasher Dave here again, and I'm back for another crafty video. So this time today we are going to make this little travel wallet. Okay, so it's just something I've made up really. So it has a little pocket at the front for your kind of correspondence and all the things you might need to hand, your photo, your travel warrant stuff, a little pocket for your money, and this is real money. Although that isn't. I don't know where that's gone from. It's real money. It's kind of written off stuff, and there's just another pocket for some documents. Okay, so we're just going to make this, and I'm going to show you what to do in order to make it. And guess what I made it out of? Bet you're not going to guess. I bet you're not. Oh, hang on. Let me find one first. We're going to make it out of a suspension folder. Okay, so first of all, we're going to tear it off. It was already torn, so ow! Can't cut yourself on the thing. So what I did was I wanted a nice kind of size, so I went for 8 by 5. Okay, so we're not going to cut this way down. We're going to cut this way down. So we're going to cut this down to 8, and I'm just going to get my thing. Now if I'm acting a bit odd, it's because I'm so unbearably warm. I do have a damp cloth to hand, so I might just leave it on the top of my head for a few minutes because I'm feeling very warm at the moment. A tip that was given to me by Christina Hall for keeping cool. So and I'm just going to square this bit off. I'm not really going to cut it down. I'm just going to square it off so that it's not at a weird angle or anything like that. Just cut that bit down like that. So there you go. That's literally all I did, was just cut that little bit off. Okay, so we've got the 8 high. Okay, and then what we want is we want it to be 5 wide. So all I did was I folded this bit over to the 5 mark. So I used my grid lines on my mat, folded it over, put a line in there, get my school tool, there we go, and then I just flipped it over and just did the same, but I didn't bother with the the grid lines. I just guided it up to where I'd done the other side, and again just put a score. Now you could use a scoreboard or whatever, but you don't need to. Okay, so this one's slightly longer, and you just need to then decide whether you want the pockets to be longer. I'm not going to have them that long. I'm going to trim them down a bit. I'm going to take about, I don't know, half an inch maybe. Take about half an inch off them. Yeah, that's fine. Happier with that. So just didn't want it to go too far this way. So I have printed a photo. Okay, so this is just a generic photo that I found on Tinternet. It is an old picture, and all I've done is I've just what I actually did was I kind of put a bit of, this is like just some alcohol ink, and I kind of made it look a bit older, dirtier. You know me and the dirty. I've just made it look a bit like it's seen some time. I did like this particular picture though. It's like he's never been on holiday before. So I've just gone for like a bit of a more grungy sort of look to it. So then all I did was I placed it on to make sure it was in the right kind of place, and then what I did was I flipped it over and turned it over to the back, and I just drew round it like so. Okay. Okay, so you could just stick it on the surface, but you know me, I have to go the whole hog. Okay, and then all I need to do is just cut this bit out. So all he needs to do is cut this bit out. Where on earth is it? Oh, there it is. So I just need to get my trusty cutty tool. I'm having problems with light today, so I'm not being able to see. I mean, it is 9:15 in the evening now, on Sunday the 25th of that day, whatever day that day is. Sunday, the 25th of Sunday. No, don't listen to me. Nobody ever does, but like, don't start. The 25th of June. Sorry, I knew I'd get my words out at some point. You just have to be patient with me, and I'll get there eventually. Yeah, so it's the 25th of June, 8:45 in the evening. So sun doesn't go down for another hour or so, but it is starting to get a little bit less scorchy hot as when it was. We were expecting torrential rain and thunderstorms, but we had a tiny bit of torrential rain and a little bit of thunder, not much besides. So what I did was I just put a piece of card, it was actually a piece of paper on the back of here, and that was just my mount to mount it on. Like I say, you could just surface mount it, but I'm just going to do it like this because I can. I'm not going to use this beautiful paper. I'm just going to cut this bit of scrap paper off. Just want to keep those things there for. So, and then I'm going to go to about there. I'm not even going to bother cutting that. I'm just going to rip it. And that's just going to be the paper that I mount my picture onto. But I will just colour it a bit, just in case you can see the white around it. Bit of colour on you know me, I don't like the stark white. Don't like it to look too new. Okay, and the other thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to do the edge of the photo again, just to take the stark white away from it. And that's really why I kind of grungy that up as well, because I like it to look like it's seen the wars and it's, you know, it's got covered in stuff. So I'll put that on the back of there. Put a little bit around the frame, and then a little bit around the edge of this. That should keep it all glued down nicely. The reason I didn't use card is because if you're putting a letter in behind it, you don't want it to protrude. You don't want it to be something that the letter gets caught on. I mean, I'm not saying it's not going to get caught, but like it's not going to catch as easily on on the lip of a piece of paper as it would do on the lip of a piece of card. Pop that on there. And we're going to stick her in there. That's fine. Just a little bit. Cut it a little bit big this time, but never mind. Pop her in there. Don't mind. A little bit big, like I say. I'll just make it look like it's a frame of some kind. There. Okay, so a bit of ink around the edges. Of that frame. Okay, so then the next thing to do is ink it, all the edges up. Well, for me, the next thing is to ink all the edges up. If you don't want the edges inked, then don't. I'm also going to go over a little bit of the surface so it doesn't look too newish. I'm going to take a divot out of here. You don't need to either. But you know me, I like a divot. Again, every time I do that, I have to close my eyes. Shrapnel from the cutting. I'm not going to ink this because you're not going to see it. It's going to be glued down. I'm going to ink to where this kind of comes to. Sorry, from where this kind of stops. Just so that it doesn't look quite so new, like I say. catch all the edges up. Across the spine. And again on this side, do the same on this side, but this time this flap's going to fold in, so we're going to do the whole of the back. Oh, I like it when it kind of rips a bit. There you go, making an emphasis of the rip. And then a little bit over the surface of this. I like this one for the surface because it's falling apart, and because it's falling apart it doesn't give a round edge like that can. Give it more like a mottled feel. I think it does anyway, so, and it's mine, so I'm telling you. I'm telling you what I think. You don't have to listen. So, and then again over the surface of this, but this one I don't kind of go quite so inky over because it's on the inside, so it's less likely to have caught, you know, the fading of the sun and that sort of thing. But you know me, I have to do all the bits that might have got yellowed. Just a few marks around the edges and all of the spines to be a bit dirty. Right, okay, shut up with the dirty bit. Okay, now I'm just going to take a divot out of here. Every time, Dave. You have to close your eyes every time. Okay, so there we go. And right, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to score this line in better. And do that one. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to stick this down. This is going to be a pocket, so just down on two sides. Don't have to do the third side, obviously, because that's a join anyway. That's going to go on there. Let's let that stick down for a bit. Okay, so what I did have is some of my off-cut stuff I used for having a pocket inside. I'm going to use this. I just, you know, made it the size I wanted to make it, so I wanted it to be big enough for a note to fit in, but not too big so it fills the whole of the back. You fill the whole of the back. No, that's not a song, Dave. Shut up, Dave. Shut up, Dave. Okay, so one thing I need to say is I want to give a shout out to someone. Okay, so a shout out to Ash if you're watching. Ashley Waterhouse, her name is somebody I have known for a while, but apparently she's got into craft of late, so I'm going to be helping her to stock up on all of the craft supplies she could ever possibly want. And so is Brian. We're both very excited about having someone close by. She lives in Bradford, and as you know, my partner Vic lives in Bradford, so that's another excuse to go over to Bradford, is see Ash as well, and we can catch up, have coffee, and show her the ropes, and give her some ropes. No, don't give her any ropes, Dave. That would be silly. She's not mountain climbing, she's crafting. No, we can give her some bits and bobs that she can add to her stash. She's only recently started crafting, like I say, so she's only got a few bits and bobs. I think she's just starting to learn how loving and friendly the craft community are, and how generous we are. But like I say, I knew her anyway, and we're gonna meet up for coffee and chat and share things. So she does have a TikTok, which is Ashley Waterhouse 13 on TikTok. She does share some of her crafty things on there, some of the things she started making. So if you're a TikToker, then head over there and go and take a look at what she's been up to, and tell her I said said to come over. So yeah, and tell her I said hi as well. So although I'll message her at some point again. So just going to glue the sides down like this. Okay, so we've got the basics now. So all I did was I made a letter off camera, just so there was no pressure on me trying to write anything. Some of this is gobbledygook. Some of it is, it basically says, dear Kitty, how wonderful to hear you of your engagement to, I can't even, Monty. Something seems like it only seems like yesterday we were debutante. We were at the debutantes ball at Claridge's. How wonderful to hear that you will be getting married next spring. We hope to see you in August in Paris. I do hope you can come, although I do understand that you will be terribly, terribly busy. Anyway, it goes on to so shut up, Dave. Just pop that in there. So that's a little, and basically that's that was from Audrey. Audrey has invited Kitty to come and stay with them. So anyway, so we're going to give her some money, so she's got some money to spend, because don't want to leave her without, do we? So this is I bought a big stack of these a long time ago, and they're still going. So just going to pop that in there. That's the money in Kitty's kitty. Kitty's kitty. So there we go. So Kitty is dedicated to the lady that served us in the young lady that served us in Boots yesterday, who was very nice and helpful. So I'm going to pop those in there, and then we can put some documents in here, and we're kind of like getting to the end of it. I don't know what I'm going to put in here actually, because I've got nothing prepared. Prepared? Me? Oh, don't be daft. Stop it now. Talking nonsense. Prepared. I really don't genuinely know what I'm going to stick in there. We'll just put something in there for now. We'll put a piece of paper in there. That's a piece of card, Dave, so cut it down just so it's not too long. Doesn't have to be anything really, just something in there. There we go. That can go in there, and that's basically it. But what we're going to do is we're just going to put a stamp on the front. So what else I bought myself some of these. So I know you all got very excited about my pressy thing. One of these. You all got very excited about that. And these are actual foil things that are designed to have these on. So I'm going to emboss this. I don't know what. I'm trying not to move around too much, Dave. Emboss that. There we go. And I don't know what it says. It says something. Philip Smith. Something Industries Limited. And then I'm just going to brush over it with a bit of wet alcohol ink to give it a different finish. My very dirty sponge, as you've seen before. Just brushed over with that. It also helps to pick up some of the raised bits on it. And I've got this bit that I tore out from a piece of Tim Holtz tissue paper that I've got. So that's just going to get glued down. Doesn't have to be glued properly, it's just being glued a little bit. Stick that on there. It's going to look very similar to that one. that dry. Doesn't take long to dry in this heat. So, yep, that's fine now. Tear that off. And we're going to stick that on there. There we go. Cool. And that's it. So it's a very simple, nice and easy. Oh, I love simple stuff in hot weather is really good, because like you're not faffing too much. So keep it simple. Stupid. Okay, so nice simple little document wallet for when you're going on your travels. So I hope you like that. Obviously you could then, you know, you could fold it that way, or you could do whatever you like with it, or you could have it so that this bit folds in and you could have the money on the outside, although I wouldn't suggest you had your money on the outside. But there you go. So that's it. So you can put other bits down here, you can stamp it with it, whatever you like, you can add more things to it, but it was just a nice fun little thing to go with our utilitarian stuff, and it's kind of like your travel documents that you can take with you. Pop your passport in there or whatever. Anyway, that's it. So hope you enjoyed that. Just another, like I say, simple, nice, easy thing to do. And if you're also suffering from the heat, then I feel your pain. So anyway, hope you enjoyed it. My name is Dash of Dave. Don't forget, I love you all without exception until you give me a reason not to. So don't give me a reason not to. If anybody wants any of these, if you're in the UK, I'll give you a link to the ones that I bought. I'll put that in the description. All right then, folks, I will see you all in the next video. Take care, folks. Lots of love. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Lots of hugs. Thanks, Ashley, for watching. Thanks for just being wonderful. Her stuff is amazing, by the way. You need to see it. All right then, take care, folks. Bye. Bye.